This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, is today the day that New Zealand First announces their new coalition partner and our new government? Invercargill residents await to find their fences and cars covered with spray paint. And a $90,000 Gig City Community Fund grant is awarded to a network of technology educators in Dunedin. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. It's been a month since the general election and today is the day New Zealand First leader Winston Peters says he will announce the next government. For 4 weeks, politicians and New Zealand First board members have been discussing policy behind closed doors. Before Peters makes his big announcement.
A vibrant election campaign with highs and lows on every side of the political arena came to a soft climax on election day with no clear winner. During the campaign, on the same day as Jacinda mania hit Dunedin, sitting Prime Minister Bill English was addressing a boutique crowd in Queenstown. A turbulent month on from election day, with many meetings in Wellington between party members, Winston Peters is announcing who New Zealand First will support in government. Winston Peters emerged from a meeting at Parliament around 1 p.m. this afternoon, saying it was a tough decision and would take another couple of hours. He then told waiting media that he was off for breakfast at 1 in the afternoon. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
And you can check for the latest updates to the 2017 election on the Otago Daily Times homepage and on The South Today tomorrow. A man whose Jeep ended up in the Otago Harbour yesterday says the accident happened because he swerved to avoid ducklings. Ian Sweetman says he emergency braked while travelling around a blind corner on Portobello Road so he did not hit the birds. Sweetman was assessed by St John ambulance staff at the scene. A North Invercargill street was the target of a series of vandal attacks this week. Residents awoke yesterday to find their fences and cars covered with spray paint. Sharon Rees has more.
This Lewis Street wall copped the brunt of the damage on Tuesday night, but it wasn't just walls and fences targeted by the vandals.
Well, I was sitting at the table having breakfast when my husband came in because he'd been out at the gym and said we've been tagged last night and there's a giant penis drawn on your car. So went out and had a look and there was just large black phallus drawn all over the bonnet, and his car had the wheel arch completely painted in red.
These photos were taken by Fryer on Wednesday morning before immediate action was taken to remove the markings.
Because we'd managed to get it within 12 hours, we had to take both our cars down to get the paint removed. So we were lucky that we got it in time, so it was being completely removed. But if we'd left it any later, we would have been looking at hundreds of dollars instead of about $100. My husband had to have the whole day off work, so that's lost income already there, and it's just having to do all this stuff we shouldn't have to worry about.
A police spokesperson said today a number of cars were also broken into in the area and may be linked to the vandalism. They said they'd be looking for connections between this and other incidents in North Invercargill in recent times.
Police urged the public to contact them immediately if anyone has seen anything in relation to the incident. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
The Southern District Health Board has announced a new provider for youth primary mental health services. Adventure Development Limited, or ADL, will soon be delivering flexible youth primary mental health breath intervention services in the Southern District. ADL has been selected as the preferred provider for the delivery of service in primary care settings to young persons aged 12 to 19 years. The not-for-profit organisation has offices in Dunedin, Timaru and Invercargill, a mobile team in the Central Lakes area and covers other rural areas via mobile staff. Chorus has granted a network of technology educators $90,000 to help create a new generation of tech-savvy youth. Roselle Lebone explains.
These young tech heads are part of the next generation of innovators. They are receiving guidance from education providers in Dunedin thanks to funding of $90,000 awarded through Chorus's Gig City Community Fund.
It really helps like kickstarting your projects, and it's got like a really unreal, amazing sort of touch to it. It's quite unique.
With a new and improved and still modernizing environment, people need to start learning how to use technology like this because it's going to become more popular and more advanced.
The group supports local schools in their teaching efforts with programs developed around specific tech-related areas such as robotics, virtual reality, Minecraft, 3D design and printing.
Yeah, so we've got kids who are doing all sorts of things with technology, but it's really important to emphasise that technology can range from cardboard and duct tape right through to creating their own visual spaces.
Our focus is towards the teenagers, level 1 above, and we'll hopefully be working with adults in the near future as well.
The Connected Education Group will run events and showcase their latest innovations while also developing a mobile outreach service. And the kids are getting a lot out of it.
Learning the skills of the future now, I think, is a really helpful asset to have growing up into the world.
The funding is part of $500,000 awarded to Dunedin for gig community projects. An additional funding round, opening next month, will be held to allocate the final $44,000. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, Mondelez's decision to no longer produce confectionery in New Zealand disappoints Oamaru's Rainbow Confectionery.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. Just think, 80 years ago, this year, my grandfather set up Alex Campbell Menswear right on Cargill's Corner in South Dunedin. We've had some great years bringing Otago and Southland the very best of menswear for both business and everyday needs.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
The University of Otago, an institute of world-class education and the social epicentre of the city, with outfits needed for more formal functions like the ball and for less formal functions like
the zoo. Are you sure?
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, Dad, you'll definitely see me. I'm the one in the yellow and blue face paint and the onesie in the zoo.
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
We're at 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoai Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Welcome back. Oamaru's Rainbow Confectionery has expressed disappointment at the decision by international giant Mondelez not to produce confectionery in the country. The South Today found out more.
Rainbow Confectionery's General Manager Brent Bailey expressed his annoyance yesterday at the decision by multinational corporation Mondelez to withdraw all confectionery manufacturing in New Zealand.
I'm gutted for New Zealanders as a whole. I'm gutted that iconic Kiwi products aren't going to be manufactured in New Zealand. I'm upset for the employees down in Dunedin that we didn't have an opportunity to create further future employment opportunities for them. But at the end of the day, Mondelez has made a business decision that suits them best, and it is what it is.
While Cadbury lines such as Jaffas and Pineapple Lumps will now be made in Australia, the decision isn't going to affect Rainbow's Oamaru factory.
It's business as usual for us. I mean, we're a New Zealand manufacturer of confectionery products. We make the original pineapple chunk here in Oamaru and always have. It's still available to purchase in New Zealand. We support the local economy, we retain profits, we create employment. We're a major supplier to all the major supermarkets and route trade in New Zealand. So New Zealanders won't miss out if they buy New Zealand made products.
Rainbow Confectionery have been the main sponsor of colour runs in both Oamaru and Dunedin, and Bailey encourages the public to support New Zealand made goods.
I just encourage New Zealanders just to speak volumes by the products they purchase and support local manufacturers. That way we can return our support by increasing the size of our business and increasing the opportunities for employment and people.
Dunedin South MP Claire Curran said she thought Mondelez had never been serious about supporting manufacturing in New Zealand. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
Women's networking group The Glass Elevator got close and personal with 4 of Invercargill's female councillors yesterday. Hosted by the Southland Chamber of Commerce, breakfast with the ICC women saw Southland women sit down for a meal and a chat with like-minded business people.
Master of Ceremonies Sarah McCarthy ushered the city councillors to centre stage yesterday for a chance for Southland women to get to know them better. Leslie Soper, Alex Crackett, Rebecca Munston and Tony Biddle were invited to speak at the Glass Elevator event, but rather than talking business, councillors gave an insight into their personal lives.
It was really more about getting to know us as people, not necessarily what we stand for on council and that kind of thing, but who we are and what's made us who we are today.
She said it was a chance to show the public that councillors are approachable, normal people too.
I think it's a great way to actually engage with the public and the community. We're people too, and when people sort of get to know you and build a relationship with you, they're more likely to come to you when they have an issue or a suggestion or an idea and that kind of thing, and that's the kind of thing that many of us on the council want to build up with the community.
Glass Elevator Chair Kirsty McNeil says the networking group and its events offer a great way to promote both businesses and individual business women.
It's just promoting business within our community. It's a total win-win for everybody. It's great for the Chamber because it encourages people to understand what the Chamber is capable of doing for them within the community, and it's also great for businesswomen because it promotes themselves personally and their businesses and connects them.
She said a more personal approach to the event was welcomed by the women attending.
This event was a little bit different to our usual style. It's a very humorous way to approach it, which I think was a great way to go about it, and break down those barriers. And connecting people with people is what it's all about.
Humorous stories about what they wanted to be when they grew up to the make of their first car. These city councillors kept the crowd laughing well into the morning. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, police treat an incident involving letterboxes in Wanaka as a targeted attack, and we take a look at tomorrow's weather.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. Just think, 80 years ago, this year, my grandfather set up Alex Campbell Menswear right on Cargill's Corner in South Dunedin. We've had some great years bringing Otago and Southland the very best of menswear for both business and everyday needs.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
For 3 generations, the Kilpatrick family have ensured Jimmy's pies are still world famous in the South Island. Made to an old family recipe, Jimmy's pies have been one of New Zealand's traditional takeaway foods, prepared daily on the premises alongside a range of savouries, sausage rolls and cakes. Jimmy's pies are distributed throughout the lower South Island. Jimmy's pies are sure to satisfy your travelling munchies.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books. With the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
Thanks for staying with us. Police in Wanaka are treating an incident where 2 letterboxes were damaged and defecated in as a targeted attack. The incident in Albert Town happened early on Saturday morning. Acting Senior Sergeant Steve Watt says police believe the vandalism was targeted and there are a number of leads being followed. The 2 letterboxes are only one house apart from each other, suggesting one house was targeted but the offender didn't know the correct address. Dunedin's 2-week-long Heritage Festival wraps up over the coming long weekend. The South Today took a look at 2 of the events in store for Labour Day.
The historic train engine Josephine is one of a handful of surviving double fairley locomotives in the world. She was assembled in Port Chalmers in 1872 and after retirement in the 1920s languished outside in the rain for about 40 years until a fundraising campaign in the 1960s involving the input of many Dunedin schoolchildren saw her restored and housed inside the museum. Acting Visitor Experience Manager Tim Cornelius says the museum is looking forward to celebrating Josephine's birthday on Labour Day morning.
Every year we celebrate with what would be a kind of good old-fashioned children's birthday party really, except in this case the birthday girl weighs 28 tonnes and is 145 years old. But really we have got some activities for the kids. We have face painting, we're going to have some model railways here. And like any good birthday party, we finish with a rousing chorus of happy birthday to you and lots of birthday cake for all the attendees.
Cornelius also says Josephine is relevant to this year's Heritage Festival.
Josephine is really popular with the younger visitors, and this year her birthday coincides with the Dunedin Heritage Festival, which is focusing on the Dunedin Harbour and the history of the harbour. And Josephine and her sister engine Rose were the first 2 engines to run the Dunedin to Port Chalmers line in 1872, so they've got particular significance.
Also, as part of the Heritage Festival, Sunday will see 2 guided walks through the city along the original harbour's edge of 1865. Reclamation means that this ancient shoreline now skirts the likes of Anzac Park. Heritage Festival organiser Anne Barsby says that those guiding the walk make the experience worthwhile.
It's a fascinating trail, and tracing exactly where it was, and the 2 guides are so enthusiastic you can't but be fascinated.
The shoreline walk has been very popular in previous years, so bookings are essential for Labour Day's 2 excursions. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
A new spin has been put on the narrative around pole dancing. Pole dancing was recognised this week as an official sport by the Global Association of International Sports Federation, and that opens the door to the possibility it might be an Olympic sport one day. Mina Amso reports from Queenstown's pole dancing studio.
Iranian-born pole dancing instructor and professional showgirl Raha Sangsari, also known as Raha Star, uses every single muscle to spin like this. She was at her Queenstown studio today taking a class of students.
It's a lot harder than it looks.
She began pole dancing nearly 9 years ago and says people often think it's for showgirls and strip clubs.
That's how it started. It started in the strip clubs. It started as a sexual expression of women, and yes, there was a taboo side to it, but it's just is what it is. I think that's as beautiful as what it has become now, and what's beautiful is that people can express themselves through it however they want.
Pole dancing yesterday was classified as a professional sport by the Global Association of International Sports Federation and could potentially become an Olympic sport.
Well, I think it's great for those who want it, and for them who want it to be that, who pushed for it to be that, and I suppose for people to take them seriously in the sport, because I see how some people can get offended and they try and disassociate themselves with the whole stripper showgirl thing and be like, oh no, it's a sport, but it can be anything they want.
And Star sees pole dancing's new status might help it become more mainstream. Mina Amso, The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. New Zealand First Leader Winston Peters says he will announce today which party he will form the next government with. A north Invercargill street was the target of a series of vandalism attacks this week. And Chorus has granted a network of technology educators $90,000 to help create a new generation of tech-savvy youth. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig Page. You've been away for a wee while.
I have had a couple of weeks off, so it's been very nice too.
Wonderful.
Winston watch for us today, as you can imagine, waiting for Winston Peters to make his decision. The latest reports out of Wellington suggest he is preparing his speech notes and is going to talk briefly to his MPs before then addressing the country, so we all wait with interest. The New Zealand Herald's reporting that they believe he may be heading towards a Labour-Green coalition at the moment. And there's the final to and froing just over how many cabinet ministers he's able to get. So with Winston though, you never know.
I know, that's one of those things we won't know until the results come, until he makes that announcement.
Until it comes out of his mouth, I won't believe it, I don't think. So we'll have a live coverage on our website throughout the evening, updating there, and full coverage and analysis in tomorrow's paper as well. So yeah.
Something for the readers and viewers to definitely keep following and see what's going on.
We have been all day, so it'll be worth keeping tabs on tonight as well. We've got a bit of a nasty story about some racial abuse at a local supermarket. A young part Asian girl working at Moyle Supermarket was abused earlier this week. Pretty vile abuse really from a person who she refused to sell alcohol to because he didn't have the right identification. He was with a group of people as well, so they all really turned on her. And John Moyle, who owns the supermarket, was pretty upset and angry about it, so he posted security pictures of these people on Facebook and got a flood of people letting them know who they were. He's since put police in touch with him, and police are yet to decide whether there's going to be any action there, but yeah, really nasty, and the sort of thing we want to stamp out whenever we can.
I hope they do something with that, because it definitely needs to stop.
Well, just 18-year-old girl in a part-time job, she doesn't need that sort of carry on, nor does anyone.
No one does.
No, and of course Friday's our sport and racing lift out as well. Looking ahead to the All Blacks Wallabies test on Saturday night, a chance for the All Blacks to go a clean sweep. And we're also looking at the business end of the Rugby Championship, all the semi-finals being played this weekend, including Otago's match against Bay of Plenty on Saturday afternoon, so we rate everyone's chances there, and hopefully Otago will get up for a win.
Yeah, and I think everyone's hoping for a win for Otago, aren't they? And for the All Blacks too.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you.
Lovely, and that's in tomorrow's ODT. And now time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silberhorn Collagen Plus.
Starting with today's southern view, taking of stunning spring cloud formations. Looking at the situation, a warm northwesterly airflow is increasing slowly, but a cold front will bring cooler southwesterly airflow this weekend. Looking at the south, you can all expect freshening northwesterlies, cloud increasing, 20 for Balclutha, 19 for both Catlins and Gore, and 18 for Lumsden. Moving westward to central, moderate northwesterlies fine and 20 in Queenstown, the same in Wanaka and 22 as well in Alexandra with a hot 24 degrees. Rain later in Tiana with freshening northwesterlies and 17 degrees. And travelling further north, Oamaru can expect moderate northeasterlies fine and 20, Timaru light northeasterlies fine and 21, inland at Marama and Twizel you can anticipate moderate northwesterlies fine and 22. Dunedin is set up for fine weather tonight with northeast winds and a very balmy low of 11. Sunny periods and high cloud tomorrow with moderate and mild northeasterlies 19 and 9. Cooling down for Saturday, with early showers clearing and sunny periods increasing with fresh cool southwesterlies easing 13 and 6. And in Invercargill tonight, high cloud will be increasing and also a very warm overnight low of 11. Cloudy tomorrow with rain developing during the afternoon, fresh warm northwesterly winds 17 and 9. Colder southwesterlies and showers developing at night. Cloudy on Saturday with showers and fresh cool southwesterlies 13 and 6. And looking further ahead, much of the region can expect increasing fine spells on Sunday, so you can all enjoy the long weekend. And that's our news for this Thursday. For the latest news from the South Today team, you can follow us on Facebook and at channel39.co.nz. I hope you all have a great evening. Take care. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.